Israelites who come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. All right? If you hear this guy over here announcing the game, I'm near the stadium or whatever, so that's what that is. Anyway, you come to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel: Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Speckled Bird. Okay? And to let you know that it's high time to awake out of sleep. You got to repent, acknowledge your offense, pray for forgiveness, and get back in this thing. All right? Time is very short. All right? The persecution is about to begin. All right? So first and foremost, and as always, all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakadash. All right? Double honors to the elder apostles, the GMS, the elder bishops and GMS, and all the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push to the word, in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right? So, yeah. I had to grab a new spot, right? It's going to be some of the hottest weather ever. In my old spot, not only was I going to have to go into Mortal Kombat over there, right? It was going to get hot, so I'm like, let me choose a little spot. We're almost out of here. I like the way the wind is coming off right here. Anyway, and who's to say? Anything could go on anyway, right? We were given the order by the elder apostle to, when Satan comes, leave, right? Well, here we are. Hey, it's, once upon a time I would have went back just to prove a point, but that's not the time that we're in right now. We're in the time of following these instructions. All right? So anyway, between that and the persecution that's coming, we got orders. Sirach. And we are almost the fuck up out of here. Not only that, the famine of the word is here. This is Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. See? So where we are right now, all right, the reality of this thing is setting in, okay? And that tribulation period, the greatest tribulation of all time, called Jacob's trouble, we're right there, okay? And the Most High is starting with His own, starting at His own house, if you will. So, right now, it's time to be extra diligent, right? For you brothers out there on the highways and the hedges, two things that I've noticed, okay? We're getting persecuted out here on these streets, and it's a trend. The Most High is turning it up, right? Now, what are you supposed to do with that? Are you supposed to fight for your spot? If somebody pulls up right next to you with a loudspeaker, you pack up and leave, all right? That's number one. So it's not our job to fight. First of all, the Most High is going to fight for us. All right? This is how they win. If you fight them, they win. If the police come out and put a knee in everybody's back and they get photos of it, if they get footage of that, You lost. You make all of Israel look bad, especially GMS. You're not supposed to bring that back, you know. But there is going to come a time in the persecution where they're just going to, you know, CGI your ass, deep fake you, right? And then what can you do? But you got to be on the right hand side. You got to prepare for persecution that you can't even imagine. All right, not just, you know, the alphabet squad pulling up next to you and taking your spot, or a different camp right next to you going back and forth. Those are going to be things of the past. Okay. Somebody wanting to fight you at y'all coming back with a gun and all that dumb shit. The only person putting anybody to death is the Most High, number one. The Most High is the only one putting anybody to death. And there's nothing you can do about that. So, meaning, if that's the Most High's will, it's going to be that. It's going to be that. So anyway, we're almost the fuck up out of here. What do we got to do? We got to endure persecution. This is Sirach 2:1. Again, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thine heart aright and constantly endure, and make haste in the time of, and not make haste in the time of trouble. All right, so you basically gotta stand off. You know, you gotta endure through this one. I don't, brother. I'm sorry. You too. What was that? I'm sorry. What you say? Got you. All right, brother. He was being cool, Ishikar. I gotta get the feel of this little corner right here. I can see us. You know, there's some things going on. I can see criminal behavior. Moab right here is on the wrong side of the gate. You're on the wrong side. Go around. Yeah. They're in a danger zone. They don't even know it. That's why I'm gonna check my back every minute or so. You got vagrants. You got everything out here. I see dope sales. It's crazy, but hey, here's what it is. Hell, it's early. Again, the only one putting anybody to death out here is the Most High, right? So you think you're gonna do something, but you ain't doing nothing. Sirach 2:3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Hey, here comes the increase. The increase is here. And what does that mean? That means we're in the time of not only great tribulation, but we're in the time of miracles. Okay? We're in the time of spiritual power on the right hand side. Okay? Healing. All right? Flying. All of that. All right? When this is the greatest time to be alive right now. It's the greatest time to be alive. And guess what? During this time, the Most High is going to send devils at you. He's going to send demons, right, to test you. And at that point, what do? All right? First of all, you got to put martyr at the top of the list. Okay? It's okay. The whole martyr thing is okay. All right? It's okay to be a martyr. It's okay to get your head chopped off. It's okay to die. All right? If that's what was written, you got a problem with how the Most High wrote his story out? It is what it is. All right? At that point. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. All right? And that's huge. That's a big old statement. Take cheerfully. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So that right there, that's that information, right? When you understand that you're supposed to be out here catching hell and it's okay, then you're like, oh, okay, well, shit. Wish somebody would have let me know early, right? Because Jake is taught, right, that somehow it's a bad thing. But when you ain't got no money, you ain't got no job, you don't have a pot to piss in, look at you. Well, you're supposed to be like, if the Most High is jacking you the fuck up, right? That's what you're supposed to look like. And it's telling you right now, it's all right. Be cool in that position, right? It's okay. Most High got you down here. Most High got you hemmed up. You're supposed to be right there. It's okay. Just be righteous your way out of it, right? That's what it's telling you. See, the Most High will always provide a way to escape. But what you got to do is, you got to righteous your way out of that bad situation, right? Knowing that that's where you're supposed. That's how you know the Most High is dealing with you. Okay. If you ain't catching no hell in this truth, you ain't in the truth. Okay. So things are. You're breathing for a minute. Hey, I thought I'd never get it. And boom, there's the Most High. Set you up, and those of us that have been in this thing for a minute, okay, we know. We know not to get excited. We know, this thing called longevity, right? Hey, we're so close to the end. I can imagine how the elder apostles or the elder bishops see these times, because, I mean, anything could happen at any moment right now, right? And I mean, to set it off. But, a decade ago or whatever, you didn't feel like that. We always knew, that we would speak it into existence, but now you see it. Not only do you see it, you feel it, right? And your faith, you got to fine-tune your faith right now, okay? Because ultimately you can't do anything, right? When you begin to understand you're supposed to be catching hell, it ain't gonna be easy. Ain't nobody getting out of this. Everybody's finna catch hell. It's just that simple. About to catch that hell. Whatsoever is brought, that is a clear warning. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient. What does patient mean? It means to suffer. Be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Right? It's okay. Get your ass ready for this ass whooping that is still ongoing until the chariots. Okay? There's no mystery here. You catching hell you're supposed to, because the Most High is jacking you up for not keeping the command. It's real simple. All right? You're supposed to be getting jacked up. And you're supposed to be taking it like a man. All right? Take it like a man out. Hey, unto death. What is the example? You got a prime example. What happened to Yahweh Shah? You take it like a man until death. That's it. That's your lot. Okay? And on this go around, if it be the Lord's will, you get beamed up. Take it like a man until death. Right? And if it be the Lord's will, you're of the elect and you get beamed up, so be it. You might have to get their head chopped. You might, be put to death out here. As an example, as a martyr. That's part of it. All right, so. And here we are. What's the reason for all of this? Well, the Most High is building you up. All right? Sirach 2 and 5. For gold, right, which is precious. It's a precious metal. They call it a precious metal. All right? For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Like the fiery furnace. The fiery furnace of adversity. All right? So we got the fiery furnace, you got the lion's den, you got the valley of the shadow of death. You're in that thing. Right? And you're supposed to be catching hell. Why? Because Most High is building you up. All right? And you know what? We're so close to the kingdom. Guess what? Somebody's got to be the kings. Somebody's got to be the warriors. Somebody's got to restore and keep order in the kingdom. It ain't just going to happen. Hey, these heathens are going to be, especially right away, they're going to be hard-headed, and they're going to have to be corrected constantly and punished into submission. So, and what is that going to take? You know the pride on a motherfucking devil right now? The devil is going to be like, oh, spit, and I'm not an, you're going to have to knock his teeth out 15 times a day and put him back in to get this motherfucker straight. You're talking about some Brightburn shit. It's going to be a lot of blood in the kingdom, a lot of bloodshed. And do you know why there's going to be a lot of bloodshed in the kingdom? Let's get that real quick. Good. And I was talking to my wife the other day, and the subject of speaking more about the kingdom or being in the kingdom, is on my spirit right now. Right? Because you talk so much. I'm the guy that I'm the guy that pushes for the end, if you will. But see, at the end is the beginning. So you gotta have that balance about, at the end is the beginning. So, but, hey, in the kingdom, you're gonna be whipping that ass. You're gonna have to. Forgot what I was gonna get. Maybe it'll come back to me. Anyway. Until then. And here we go. I don't know, but the spirit is on right now. Okay? In the kingdom, all right, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. There it is. This is Numbers what? 35? Here we go. See, it's a lot of dope in this area. This is where the smackheads retreat to at the end of the night. 35. It's a lot to bear with me. What is it? 30. 33. Bear with me. So it's got to be a lot of demons in this area, is my point. Yeah, it's a dude that keeps running back and forth looking at you. I have to look it up real quick. Hey, it's gonna be what it is. Numbers 35 and 29. Anyway. What was it? 35 and 29? Hold on. 35 and 33. Okay, now, Salakia. Thank the water for bearing with me. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed in the kingdom was the point that I was making. All right? We're going to have to be knocking a motherfucker's teeth out of his mouth on a daily. Right? In order to get these heathen, right? Number one, we got to establish righteousness, right? Number two, we got to cleanse the land, right? So this is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land, wherein ye are for blood, and defileth the land. There's the blood, right? And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed in the kingdom, right? Do you know that in all these lands, the blood of Israel is saturated throughout the earth? Okay? The blood of Israel is saturated throughout the entire earth. Right? And especially right here in Babylon the Great. And the fire can't even cleanse this land. Okay? But again, all over the world, the blood of Israel, and those lands they gotta be cleansed. Right? Jerusalem. What happened in Masada and all of that? You know? A lot of Israelites died. So the point is, the shedding of blood, right? Serves more than one purpose, is what I'm getting at. And one of them is cleansing the land, according to Numbers 35. Okay, so it's going to require a whole lot of ass whooping and bloodshed in the kingdom to get these niggas to bow down, really. Hey, you know how hard it's going to be to get Esau to, yeah, we're flying, we got superpowers and laser eye. This motherfucking devil, I'd rather die. Got to kill him about 15 to bring him back. It's going to be a lot of blood. Is this devil not irresistibly hard hit? I mean, irrevocably, irrevocably? So this crackhead is gonna try to, he's gonna try to creep up on me. I see his ass. Old Smacky Joe. Not Smokey Joe, but Smacky Joe. He done made a whole round. Now he coming up on the side. So let me prepare. Anyway. So, and you see, I'm speaking of the kingdom and what comes out, the bloodshed. Hey, the kingdom ain't gonna be all flowers, roses, and you know, it's gonna be cotton fields and ass whoopings and all of that. Hey, see, people got this idea. They got this idea that somehow they got an idea that somehow the kingdom is all roses, nothing goes wrong, you know. There's no turmoil. Everything is perfect. No. It's going to be like this kingdom, but just righteous, okay? You got to have order, right? Edomites aren't suddenly, for that 1,000 years, they're not suddenly going to snap up and be great slaves. No, they're going to have to be broken. Like, not buck breaking, but boy broken. These motherfuckers are on their goddamn high horse. And what is it gonna take to break a motherfucker like that? We ain't gonna do nothing. You know, ain't gonna be no sodomite breaking like that. It's gonna be in a whole different way. You understand? Righteous. It's gonna be a righteous breaking. Boy breaking. You understand? So, you know, when you speak of the kingdom, guess what? Yeah, there's going to be, you know, wives and concubines and gold and precious stones and palaces and all of that, right? But where's the balance? The balance is ass whoopings, and I lasered 20 niggas today and brought them back and lasered them again. There's going to be bloodshed. There's going to be the other side, right? Hey, the kingdom is not going to be all, it's not going to be all fun. All fun and all perfectness. There's no balance there. Where's the balance? Come on now, reality. We got to deal with reality. Got the ball game going on. So let me check this situation out. Got to figure out if I like this spot or not. So let's go back to Sirac. That Sirac is good right now. Sirac 2. We're still here. We ain't in the kingdom. So you get to thinking about the kingdom, boy, and then you be done transported your ass out of this hellhole. We still got to get out of here. All right. So, hey, where's the balance? Right? Sirach 2 and 6. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Order. Order is everything. Yeah, these niggas are walking in circles. Claiming the spot. There's a bunch of spot claiming though. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I was waiting for that. That's demonic. I knew that nigga was demonic. Yeah, that's all that. And see, when you bring the spirit of righteousness out here, them demons start reacting. When you minister your ass right up the street, too. Hell, I thought the little fucking wolf was bad. That was crazy. That demon right there was crazy. Not the one that walked by. There was another one that came up, he did a little round, and then he been going back and forth. This is crazy. Wow. It's only a block down. I'm only a block away. These motherfuckers are coming. It is nice and cool though. But these motherfuckers got that morning high going on. Woke up and shot up. Anyway, so I'm gonna just continue to watch my back. Bear with me. And the Most High got me. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest you fall. All right? So then it starts telling you, it starts building you up. But the point is this, all right? Always balanced, right? A false balance is an abomination. All right? But just wait is his delight. So, you gotta know. You gotta know with how bad it is. You got Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble. Let's read it. Let's read Jeremiah. See, because when you're dealing with Jeremiah, you're still dealing with balance. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be bad. But what's the balance of how bad it's going to be? Well, it's going to come to an end, and some of us are going to make it. Right? And it's going to be good in the kingdom. It's going to be bad in the kingdom too, but hey, we're going to err on the side of righteousness. Or the err, Salah. 30. This is Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. You can just stop right there. None is like it. All right? Now, if it's that bad, it's saying that it's that bad. Well, at the same time it's that bad, it's got to be that good. Right? What about that good? Right? So, keep your eye on the bad. You don't have to worry about good. Good is going to be all right. It's the bad that you got to... See, I got to keep my eye... I see that right now. I got to keep my eye open right now for these fucking smackheads that are zombies, right? They're high as a motherfucking kite, trying to get up enough nerve to confront the spirit of truth out here. And they deem it. I just saw some purely demonic behavior. This nigga's talking to nothing, nobody, and going off about it like animated. I'm like, oh shit. I don't want to battle that demon. If I have to, then so be it. That's the Most High in the furnace of adversity. But, okay, as bad as it's gonna be, as bad as it's gonna get, okay, it's gonna get good. In that bad, let me try to explain it like this. In that bad situation, there's gonna be balance. There's gonna be good. What is the good? All right, hey, some of us don't have to worry. Some of us are gonna eat. Some of us are gonna have water. Where you're gonna see Jake getting his ass tore up. You understand? These motherfucking demons out here, these zombies, these walking dead, are about to catch up. We're going, I was bringing that out the other day, that, for example, you got your boy, what's this guy? Jim Caviezel, the one that played Jesus, right? For the Mel Gibson movie, all right? You got that dude out, and they're saying that he made a documentary. It was finished 5 years ago, and they wouldn't let him put it in theaters or whatever. They're building it up. They're launching this movie. Suddenly, he came out the woodwork with doing an expose on seed trafficking, right? Kinder trafficking, if you speak German. Anyway, he did a documentary, and he was going into all of the aspects, if you will, of, kinder trafficking. You got the blood drinking, the ritual, sacrifice, organ harvesting. There are all of these facets. He was getting into it. And I was telling, the aqua, I was telling my wife, I said, well, you can't, oh, the poor little baby, you can't have that emotion, because whatever's happening, most likely those are Jakes, right? Those are Jakes. The Most High is jacking their ass up. You get born into child trafficking at the age of 4 or whatever, right? Made a sex slave, and then killed before you're 5, right? In the world, you think to yourself, you get all emotional. In the truth, you're like, Most High jacked that nigga up for being as wicked. I mean, when something so severe happens, that's judgment. Here's the understanding, okay? This person born into, child abduction, whatever. Where's the balance? The balance is this nigga was a goddamn demon in his prior life. That's the balance. The balance is the Most High is bringing judgment. The judgment is the balance. Okay? When somebody's all jacked up like that, the Most High did that. He brought that judgment. Yeah, these demons, they're setting up shop. But anyway, so, I mean, and guess what? In this time of judgment that we're in right now, again, the Most High is going to bring a lot of death, a lot of bloodshed, a lot of chaos, right? But again, and this is Hope, when you pray for hope, here's the hope. I hope I make it through all of this that's coming. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But how do you make it through? Somebody's got to make it. Right? So you got to hope, hold on to that hope, and understand that as bad as it is, for some, it's going to be good. Even in the chaos, turd blossom. You ever heard of a turd blossom? It takes some shit to grow a beautiful flower. Right? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Whatever story the Most High has written for you, hey, you got to deal with it. You have to deal with the role that was written for you. Right? You got to deal with it. You don't have a choice. If the Most High takes you out, that's the way it was written. Do you have a problem with the Most High? That's what it comes down to. A nigga don't own these streets. A nigga like, oh, you in my spot, nigga? No, we're not doing that. Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Where's the good? Where's the balance? You understand? If I would have read the whole scripture like I'm doing now, to be thorough, there's balance. All right? Since balance is through the spirit of balance is out there. Okay? One more time, Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So, what does it mean by that day is great? All right? Well, it's going to say two things. It's going to be great death. It's going to be huge. It's going to be very, very important. Okay? The day of great death, but the balance of greatness too. You're gonna have greatness on the left, you're gonna have greatness on the right. Okay? Hey, to make it through Jacob's trouble is winning the war. And after you win the war, then you take prisoners, and then you go set your kingdom up. That's winning the war. Winning the war, right, is it making it on a chariot. You won. Then you got to come back down. You got to take prisoners, put niggas in cages, and get them working on the kingdom, setting it up. Okay? But here's the balance. Here's the rub, right? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Okay? on both ends. Listen, it's going to show you the balance. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, great trouble, right? But he shall be saved out of it. Great salvation. There's the balance. These niggas are going to catch hell. These niggas are going to get saved. What does it mean to be saved? Hey, that's the greatest thing ever. Okay? So you're going to have greatness on both ends. Right? Jacob's trouble. Making it through Jacob's trouble and be all the way home. Right? When you hit a grand slam, right? Everybody goes home. You understand? And you make it all the way around. Everybody goes home. Safe. No out. Understand? So, you could call it a great slam. A grand slam is a great slam. Right? So that's on the right hand, on the right side of balance. Dealing with balance on the right, Jacob's trouble, you hit the grand slam. You make it through the valley of the shadow of death. It's crazy out there. You have that story to tell in the kingdom. Man, it was fucked up. He was out there pushing the word. Finally, we got kicked. They took us off the street, and then the real firework. Just to have that story to tell, you know, in the kingdom. We ain't gonna, every now and then we'll look back. We'll have memorial, new holy, high holy days about, you know, how the men of the Lord stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? You want to be one of those men. So, balance, okay, is how we get through this. How do you get through this? It's going to be fucked up, but you want to be one of those ones that the Most High showed favor to. The Most High hid, right? You want to be in that number, you understand? When the saints go marching in, right? You want to be in that number? What does it mean to go marching in? That means the war is over. You're done. You're going in. You're done. The battle's over. You want to be in that number. What's the number? 144. Right? So, you know, prepare to prepare to die and hope for the best. Hope that you're done. Right? How do you get through this war? When you, I did this, not proud of it, especially now, but once upon a time I enlisted in the service. And one of the things, when you enlist, one of the things that you contemplate, you got to count the cost, right? Just like being in this truth, you gotta count the cost, right? Which is what it means to prepare thyself for temptation. Okay, it's the same thing. Count the cost. So when you enlist in the service, one of the things you have to consider is that you might die in combat. You might die in that thing, right? You can't not consider that, because the nature of being in the armed services is to fight a war and die. So you can't act like, well, you can't consider that that might not happen to you. Right? So here we are in war, right? Here you are. Guess what? Basically, you enlisted in the Most High's army. And I mean, that's loaded. That's a loaded statement. But still, you got to consider that you might die in combat. See? So at that point, fucking just be a good soldier. Let the Most High. What is it? What did the Marines say? Kill them all and let the Most High sort them out. You gotta just. You're in war. You're in battle. You're on the fucking battlefield, man. You gotta be wise. You gotta use wisdom. Don't let a nigga tell you can't use wisdom. Okay? King David, a mighty warrior before Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He didn't use wisdom. Come on. There's too many examples for a nigga then to turn around and say, oh, well, you, no cowards. It's not about cowards, nigga. It's about being intelligent at some level. But you can't, you can't have that conversation with a niggard. So, back to the balance in all of these situations. The situation is the same. Let's get the first one, and let's show the balance. I always do this, but that's the spirit. Jeremiah 30, one more time. Then we'll move on. So the balance. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So we got the trouble on one end. And then on the other end, we got the salvation. Okay, so to be saved, right, and salvation, that's the greatest thing. All right, so whatever the trouble is, it has to match being that great. I beg your pardon? Amen. What's God's name?
Jehovah.
That's close.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Yahweh.
Yeah.
Yahweh.
Who's his son?
I beg your pardon?
Who's his son?
The son's name is Yahushua.
Jesus.
That's a different one. That's a different God.
How
Yeah.
about Jesus?
That's a different God too.
Yeshua.
Different.
There's only one God, my friend.
There's only one name.
There's only one God.
There's only one name.
3 in 1.
Nope, there's not 3 in 1.
I disagree, but God bless you.
All right. Be safe. You're in a war zone.
Just remember, when you stand before him, how you going to be sinless?
Doing what I'm doing right now?
No.
Yep.
You can't do enough
Yep.
like that.
If your sins are washed away, that's how. Yahushua. Remember that. All right? Yahweh. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Bahashem Rakha Kwadash. All right? So, what it is this. There's no demon, there's no devil. Sorry, y'all. That could come up, right, and say, you can say what you want to. All right? Here's what's going to happen. The spirit is out here. That's what's going to prevail out here. The spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Period. Come what may. Again, if it be the Most High's will that a soldier go down on the battlefield, then it is what it is. All right? Esau walked up. I'm like, Esau, what are you doing out here? Why are you not back on the north end of town where you belong? You might be, but see, you know what? You have some very smacky behavior going on there. Pushing the 3. I'm like, we disagree. You could go. You asked me. You stepped up over here like the demon that you are and asked some weird ass questions, but you're in smack alley right now. Why are you in smack alley, demon? You coming in the name of Jesus? What does that mean? You're a Christian? What does that mean? The Trinity, what does that mean? That means you're a fucking devil. What are you doing over here? This is smack alley. You're posing as a Christian? What the fuck are you doing over here? You're not at the ball game, Esau. There's danger all around here. What are you doing over here? Yeah, you came over here to handle that business, nigga. The Trinity. You're talking to the wrong one. I let him go. Hey, we got to shift gears out here. All right? We got to shift gears. I'm at this new spot, and I'm like, you contemplate what you're doing, and I'm like, what is the Most High doing right now? Like, show humility. We got to shift gears into humble mode. Why? Because we're about to be persecuted for doing this work, right? And that's the spirit. It's just a spirit in a new phase, a new level of being out here. It's going to get rough until we're gone. So it's called rolling with the punches and anticipating and knowing where this thing is going. It's no different. All right, so there's Jeremiah and the balance. Let's get Daniel and the balance. Okay? The good with the bad. Daniel 12:1, and at that time, what time? This time. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of our people. What does it mean to stand? Let's count the number of times we see the word stand. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. There's 2 times. Stand. Stand fast. Stand. Stand at ease. Stand is a military command. To make a stand. Custer's last stand. It's all battle. It's all, you're at war. Okay? And you gotta understand what your weapons are and be real good at them. Our weapons of war are not carnal. You gotta understand. You're a warrior on the battlefield. What do you have? What you got? A utility belt, right? And most of all, you know what your greatest weapon is? Wisdom and knowledge. Your stable mind is your greatest weapon. How do you stabilize your mind? Your heart? Establish your heart, right? With this word. Understand that there are going to be some casualties in the war. You could be one. You have to fight. You're in the war. You got your weapons, all right? Back to Daniel. Stand. Michael's coming to stand. He's coming to fight. Mayaka'ala, right? Daniel. Okay, so now it's going to get to the good and bad. Hey, Michael coming to stand up is a good thing. That's the archangel of Michael is coming to fight for you. It doesn't get any better than that. All right? King David, mighty warrior, out whooping ass and all of that. The archangel Michael is coming to stand for us. How about that? Right? Number one, people blow right through that. Daniel. Salakia. My sword is acting a damn fool. And at that time shall Michael stand up. That's absolutely huge. Okay? That's huge. The Archangel Michael is going to stand for us. That's huge. Okay? At what time? Jacob's trouble. The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Meaning, it's going to be a great, great time of trouble, right? And here's a situation, a prophecy, and the prophecy has to be well balanced. Here it is, the worst time ever on the face of the earth, ever before. Dealing with balance. When you're dealing with that much trouble and that much bad times, evil, where's the balance? The good. Where's the good part in Jacob's trouble? Here's the good part. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Being saved. So when you're dealing with Jacob's trouble, which we're in, and it's going to spiral the fuck out of control to the moon, it's going to be the level, I don't even know how to say it, the air is going to be fraught with just fucking, it's going to be heavy with gloom. Gloom and doom. The air is going to be heavy with gloom and doom. Okay. Now, that's how bad it's going to be. And with how bad it's going to be, you have to have balance. Okay? So, what does it mean, salvation? What does it mean to be saved? What does it mean to be in the worst situation, the worst time ever on the face of the earth, and emerge from that and be rescued from that situation? Salvation. Trouble, the greatest trouble that ever was, balanced with salvation. So set your heart, which is your mind, on this salvation. All right? It says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right? So, hey, finding out that you're the elect, that's a huge thing. Finding out that you're of the elect of Israel, it's huge. It's not a small thing. It is not a small thing, right? To come to the knowledge that you are of the elect. That's not a small thing, man. To be joint heirs with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in the kingdom is not a small thing. To have done the work on this side, right, for years, and then to make it through the valley of the shadow of death, all the way through Jacob's trouble, and to be found written in the book. Does it say found? Everyone that shall be found That's what it says. It says, everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's what you want to be found. What does that mean? You didn't know. Nigga, I was written in the book, I was the elect. The whole time, all my dreams came true, all my wishes came true, all my prayers, you know? That's huge. This is what we want, man. This is what we're fighting for. See, when you go to war, you enlist in the United States, one of these armed services. And what do? They send you into they'll sacrifice your ass. Yeah, run them in there. The whole brigade is going to die, but we're going to sacrifice. They don't get, because we got to get this oil that you ain't never going to see a dime for. Oh, yeah, we'll give you benefits and we'll send you to school. And it's all a bunch of fucking bullshit. Right? And they'll play you right out of it. Oh, well, you didn't qualify. You got a less than honorable. They will put some shit. They'll put some shit on you. I got a full-blown honorable discharge. And they found a way to nullify me from getting any benefit. I'm like, fuck your benefits. Your benefits are not benefits. All right? That's fucking, you know? That's what that shit is. When you understand, oh, well, yeah, you get benefits when you're out there. They can put you to death at the VA. They can put you to death at the VA. All right? Balance is what's going to get you through this. To know how bad it's going to be, and that the good that exists is accessible to you, right? For your reasonable service. Your reasonable what? Service. You were in the service, thank you for your service. Your reasonable service, man. So what? You got to go put your life on the line, right? Hey, the draft is coming, right? Here comes the draft. What does it mean to be mobilized, right? Well, they're going to mobilize. That word, they throw that word around a lot. You know what it means to be mobilized? Well, they're mobilizing all the men in Russia. They're like this, nigga, you finna put this uniform on, you finna go out there and fight for Russia. For Mother Russia, nigga. This is what it means to be mobilized. It's a sneaky word, right? For drafted, right? For conscripted. They got all kind of sneaky words. Nigga, have you ever been conscripted? Hey, come here, son. You ever been conscripted? Well, you are now. They put you in a headlock. Hey, in Ukraine, they put niggas in headlocks. They got it on film. They grabbed him up. They grabbed him up off the street. He was walking with his mom out of a shop, right? He walked out of a shop, and they grabbed him up in front of his girlfriend and his daughter, and put him right in a uniform, and that nigga's in a tank right now, getting shot up. So I kind of like this spot. Yeah, I'm digging the spot. It's crazy. The smack fuel is what it is. A lot of smack. Smack water jet going on. Hey, Hey, but this is where the Spirit led me, so here's what it is. We got one more on that balance sheet. Let's see. The book of Matthew. The book of St. Matthew. St. Matthew's 24 reads 21. St. Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. There's that trouble. They're even calling it trouble. So, and they're describing the level of trouble. Okay? See, a nigga will just read through that and not even, contemplate it. Right? It reads, for then shall be great trouble such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? So that, great trouble. Jacob's great trouble. The worst time ever. Okay? And each time it's reminding you and telling you, right? Each time it is giving you the balance. And the balance is salvation. The balance of Jacob's trouble and making it through is salvation. To be saved. What does it mean to be saved? To be beamed up. To be caught up in a whirlwind. A brother broke this shit down. Sometimes when you hear the word whirlwind, and he went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Brother said, the whirlwind, that's the tractor beam. I was like, oh, the tractor beam, that makes so much sense. The whirlwind itself is not the chariot, it's the tractor beam that you're going up in. A little light went off. It's like, oh. Call Allah Yahweh Shimmy Hawashai Bahashim Kankadad. So we got the bad part, let's get the good part. Let's lock it. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So that's a good thing, that the days are being shortened. That's a good thing, on the side of good, right? Short days, meaning we're almost the fuck up out of here. Be patient, brother. Hakim. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And what that's saying is, the elect are going to be saved in a short amount of time. Okay? Which shows you the balance on this side. Balance of what? The balance of Jacob's trouble. You can't have the bad without the good. Jacob's what? Jacob's bad. Jacob's trouble. All right? Well, when there's trouble, what do you need? You need to be saved up out of trouble. Right? You got trouble, you got salvation. You got the worst time there ever was as far as trouble. You got the greatest salvation ever on this side. And guess what? We're at that time. We're in the middle of that time right now. We're in the middle of that time right now. So that nigga looks just like the jerk. He got the paddle ball. He got this lamp. I wish I could show you. I got the paddle ball and this chair. The nigga got the chair. Now he's gonna make a move with me. This nigga got the lamp. I got this lamp. I got the paddle ball and my dog. I got my dog shithead. It's crazy. And then I'm gonna post it up right up there. Anyway. So yeah, I'm digging the new spot. So the balance, all right, how do you get through Jacob's trouble? You gotta constantly endure, right? Till you get to the other side. The 23rd Psalm, let's look at the 23rd Psalm. My mama. 23rd Psalm. That nigga got his win. He got the paddle ball, he got the chair, he got the TV control, he got the remote control, he got the dog, he got the motherfucking chair, and that's all I need. He's looking bad. He's looking really bad. He's looking like a hobo. Promenade. Promenade. I was looking for the 23rd Psalm. Salah. Hey, you gotta pay attention out here too. See, this is new. I gotta get the rhythm of the place. Crazy shit going. Some fucking retard shit. It's crazy out here. This is Psalm 23:4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay? Let me read up, Salakia. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Okay? So, the path of righteousness. See? How do you get through this motherfucker right here? How do you get through it? Through what? The valley of the shadow of death. How? You have to travel the right path. What is the right path? The path of righteousness. What is the right path? The righteous path. The path of righteousness. Okay? That's how you get through this thing. That's how you get through the valley of the shadow. What is the valley of the shadow of death? It's America, Babylon the Great. That's encircling you right now, coming at you with a noose, gonna force you into the dark, into a camp, into a line to get sea-hipped or your head cut off. The dragnet, if you will. They're coming at, and who is the problem? Who is Esau's biggest problem? The men out here in these garments, pushing this 100% truth. So, what are they doing? They're being very particular and concise about how they're coming after you. Like, don't just run up on them, because if you run up, motherfucker, they'll tell you quickly when the enemy come in like a flood. So they're being very calculated, very cunning. They're going the back way. Well, first we're going to blame it on Esau. We're going to blame it on the Christians. We're going to blame it on the right-wingers. We're going to set up this thing about terrorists and sympathizers and so they're setting us up by attacking their own and setting all these laws into place that we fall into, that categoreo, all right? Categoreo. They're setting all of that up behind the scenes, and when they got it all in place, then they can run up on us thinking that now it's okay to come in like a flood. And I'm like, no, nigga, it's never that time. But you're gonna try it. You're gonna get your ducks in a row. Then you're gonna try to run up. It's gonna go bad. It's gonna go very bad. Because, I mean, you gotta have the bad with the good. You running up on us means that that's standard. There's your bad and good, right? And we can't wait. We're patiently waiting to get our hands around your neck. All you jakes, you fucking 2/3, we can't wait to get our hands around your neck. Cannot wait. See, people don't understand that that's what this book is about. This book is about that payback. It's about that payback. And fuck whoever's got a problem with it, they can go fuck themselves. This is reality. This ain't no pie in the sky. Hey, again, in the kingdom, you gotta have some slaves and they're gonna get a fucking foot stuffed in their mouth every day until you got that cotton. Your cotton bag, motherfucker, is not full. What does that mean? That means that foot in that ass. Right? Not literally, but okay? You got to be very careful about what comes out. Oh, you said you just said that sodomy. No, we're not doing that. It's going to be a righteous foot up your ass. How about that? Is that good enough? When that righteous foot goes up your ass, right? The path of righteousness for his name's sake. So this dude, he said, there's one God, there's one God. There's one God, but then three. Okay, you don't know how to count clearly. There is one God, but why are you holding up three fingers? There's one God, the Father, the Holy Spirit. Nigga, you can't count. We're going to start with the fact that you don't know how to damn count. Talk about three. Three is not one. Oh, we're not going to agree. No, we're not going to agree. Get the fuck out of here. I like this stuff. One time I go over here to check, and the dude and his girlfriend was standing right there. They crept up. What happened was that was when Esau had my attention. These motherfuckers was right here creeping. So I come back to look, and they standing right there. I'm like, oh, is this going to be a problem? It wasn't a problem, but they were creeping, listening. So maybe I'll take it in a little bit over there because this might be dangerous. It might be dangerous. I'm going to take it in next week a little towards that gate. Right? So that balance, right? Let's get Isaiah. Isaiah 33 and 6, because the time that we're in, man, you can't say these things enough. Because this is what you learned when you came in. This is what you learned. And if you didn't get this, where you at right now? You understand? Grounded and rooted. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. There's that word again. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So be afraid of what the... First of all, you fear none of those things. Let's get that. Fear none of those things. Fear the Most High. Put your fear, trust, and fear in the Most High, and lean not. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Fear the Most High. Don't fear what you're about to go in any line. Hey, the Most High got you, he got you. If you're not found written in the book, you could be found written in the book, nigga, and die. You're in the book as a martyr. That's all that matters. All right, stay doing this work until death. Okay, so when it comes, be like, oh, okay, well, that was my part. That was my lot. I hope I did play my role well, right? Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. You shall have tribulation 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death. Right? Be thou faithful unto death. And I will give thee a crown of life. I'm trying to get that crown, man, and we're close. Close to the end. Now's not the time to be bitching up, falling out, none of that shit. All right? Hey, the stability of thy time, stable. Establish your hearts. Where's that? What does establish your heart mean? Stabilize your mind. How do you do that? Knowledge and wisdom of what? These scriptures starting from the beginning, all the way to now. Salaki, bear with me. Establish your hearts. James 5 and 8. It's lucky, bear with me. All right, so James 5 and 8. All right, we're going to close it up. Stabilize. Stabilize. Right? What does it mean to stabilize? That's where the word establish comes from. Stabilize. Stabilize your heart. Let me read some different ones. James 5 and 8. Be ye also patient, meaning suffering. Be a great sufferer, right? Make not haste, right? In the time of trouble. Strengthen, Salaki. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, draweth nigh. We're really close. So this is the way the Spirit done led me to end this camp. right? Establish your hearts. What is your heart? Your mind. Stabilize your mind. Get your mind right. Balance, even keel, wisdom and knowledge. Know what your weapons are. Make sure you got your fucking pistol belt on, your utility belt, right? You should be thinking things like the miracles are coming, the healing, the flying, right? And the bad times. You can't just, can't just be scared of the troubles. With the trouble comes what? The opposite of the trouble. Both. The balance. Here's how you establish your heart. Here's how you stabilize. Here's how you stabilize. Stability. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stabilization. Okay? Establish your mind right now. I'm going to read some of these different versions and I'm going to close. Last precept. James 5 and 8 in the NIV. You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. All right? Stand, there's that word again. Stand firm. Stand fast. What does that mean? It means you're fucking at war. You're on the battlefield. Custer's last stand. Okay? Not sandwich stand, nigga. Stand. Custer got his ass whooped, but stand means you're on the fucking battlefield fighting. You're in a war. Alright? Just using that. The NLT, James 5 and 8. You too must be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. Between here and your fingertips. At hand. English Standard. You also be patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord is at hand. You too be patient and strengthen your hearts, because the Lord's coming is near. Okay, let me find one that's all the way different. Strengthen, strengthen, strengthen. It says, Amplified Bible, you too be patient, strengthen your hearts. Keep them energized and firmly committed to the Most High. Strengthen your hearts, strengthen your hearts. Establish your hearts. Be patient like those farmers and don't give up. Establish. You must be patient, don't give up hope. Keep your hopes high, for the day of the Lord, for the day of the Lord's coming is near. Strengthen your hearts. Establish. Strengthen. Make your hearts firm. Make your mind firm is what it's saying. Strengthen your heart. Strengthen. Establish. Keeping up your courage. Keeping up your courage. All right. All right, there it is. So with that, just understand, man, we got a lot to look forward to. Got a lot of work to do, right? New bodies. There's all kind of good stuff, right? But that balance, you gotta have both. You gotta stay even keeled. It can't be all bad, it can't be all good. You gotta do what they call keep it real. Okay? And reality is changing. You understand? Niggas don't believe in new bodies. Niggas don't believe in miracles. Right? Nigga don't even believe he's an Israelite. Niggas don't believe in the Most High. Anyway, establish your hearts. Steel your mind. Get ready. Because it's going down like that. Alright, so with that, right, we can give all praise and all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS. Alright. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Alright. Shalom.